What's up, family? It's Ellie coming at you again with Fat Free Diaries on January 28th. Um, Welcome back, and thank you so much for the love, the continued love that I've been getting on these videos. This form of accountability is really taking me aback because I just didn't expect that I was going to get the kind of support that I'm getting. And it just really validates what I'm trying to accomplish as far as my weight loss journey, as far as the changes in my life that I need to accomplish. I finally reached officially my 5% goal this week. 5% of my weight loss. My original weight was 240. I'm down to 226. Now looking forward to getting to that 10% mark because I don't have to do it all at once. The program that I'm on, it takes you step by step. It helps you. It supports you. But the truth is that the work is coming from me. You can read as many things as you want to read, but it's about your personal progress. And today we're going to talk about a couple of things. There have been some great quotes that I've come across the last few days, and a lot of wonderful messages that I want to share with you. And the first one is progress over perfection. In the past, I've always said to myself, I want to be a size 10 is my ultimate goal, although I was pleasantly fluffy at a 14. That's not good enough anymore, because it's about making the most progress I can make. I'm not going to set myself up to be a particular size, a particular way. I want to be the best that I can be, and I don't know what that is because I haven't reached that yet. And because I haven't reached that, I'm just going to keep working and see what happens. It's not about being perfect. It's about perfectly trying. Actually, let me correct that. It's about perfectly doing. A friend of mine forwarded an email to me earlier this week, and it said about people who are always trying to do something. And that's half-stepping it. There was so much truth in that email because it said that in order to go forward, you have to do. When you reach for something and you get it, you reach for that pen across the table, you reach for that bottle of water. The only reason why you get it is because you did something. And you can only fail if you don't do something, because everything goes towards the same goal if you're doing the right steps. And I am doing it. Every loss, there's a gain, and every no brings you closer to a yes. That's something that I read about Susie Orman, and it talked about how she lost all her money, and she was opening her business, and she gave it to some people that mishandled her money, and she was left with nothing, and it actually made her turn around her life, and now she's the success that she is financially. I think those words were just so perfect because it's so true. So many people say, no, you can't do this or you can't do that. And the truth is that every time you say no, it may alter my path, but it brings me closer to where I need to be. Unless I give up on myself. And that's something that I don't intend on doing. I've come really far in a little bit of time. I'm scared that along the way I'm gonna lose motivation, because that's usually what happens, but I'm doing what I have to in order for that not to happen, like putting it out there, knowing that you're watching this, and knowing that some of you are actually looking forward to these messages forces me to stay on track. It forces me to say I want to have something good to share with them. Life is hard enough by itself, and I've shared with you a little bit of my struggles along the way, but because I'm putting it out there like this, it's helping me understand that I don't have to give up. People are watching, and I'm gonna give you something to watch. Now, my biggest message for today. Last night I was very upset. I received an email regarding some of the work that I'm doing for school. Now, I've been in school for 15 years now. I've been in college. This is my last year. A PhD may be on the horizon someday, but definitely not in the immediate future. I struggled with college for 10 years. I did my undergrad through all kinds of ups and downs, some which I shared in the last message, some losses. Then I went on to getting a teaching master's and education master's. But here I am working on my master's in theater, and one of my professors mentioned in an email to myself and three other directors that that she had nothing from me. And it upset me to the point where here I'm sharing it with you, and I have to go face her in a couple of hours. But it upsets me, and I asked myself, why did that bother me so much? And it bothered me because the whole semester I did the best I could with what I had. I deal with issues. Getting up in the morning sometimes is hard for me. Getting out of bed. It has a name, and it's a name that I don't care to claim for myself, but it's something that in sharing my learning and in sharing my progress, I have to share with you. I've had bouts of depression, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I share these videos, to let you know that even in the face of something that is so difficult it's not really curable. No matter what medications are out there, it's something that you have to work through, whether it's by use of medications or therapy or finding some outlets like the one that I'm finding with you here. I had a lot of losses in a really short time, and it does something to a person. So here I am, still standing, and on those days where I'm having trouble getting out of bed, I reach out, I call someone, and I let them know today's one of those crappy days and I need help. And that person on the other end knows me and loves me enough to say, you know what, take it easy, go get dressed. Sometimes it's just get up out of the bed. Whatever that little step is, that little steps keeps me from being underneath that quilt and underneath that rock that I want to hide under. And so all semester, I'm forging through those feelings, which one of the biggest things was I moved away from where I lived most of my childhood, and that's another story, but that helped getting out of that environment and just changing the scenery a little bit. But I worked hard. I did all my assignments the best that I could. And then the last day of class, the very last day of class, my computer wasn't working. My printer decided not to communicate with it. The 4 things that I typed, and we're talking about 8 to 15 pages each, disappeared. I couldn't find it. My computer just completely did not cooperate. I don't know if I saved it under a different name or it was in some kind of other folder. All I know is that morning when all I thought I had to do was print these pages out and go to school, nothing was working right. And then it followed that, my father's not been well. I grew up with a stepdad who's just an amazing person. I didn't know how amazing he was until now that I'm older, and he needed me. And so that last couple of weeks of school, the very last class I missed, and then the days following are performances that my fellow students do. I'm a director, so I don't do them anymore, but I didn't get to see any of them. I didn't get to support anybody because my world just kind of came crashing right at the end. And when she wrote that I did nothing, it made me think of this, and it's the main message that I want you to take with you, is that people will measure your accomplishments only by the last thing that you did. A DJ friend of mine once told me, your song is a hit up until the next one, and people will judge you based on accomplishment to accomplishment, if that much. All the work that I did all the semester wasn't measured in that note. All that was measured was the fact that I didn't show up on that last day. And basically, people don't care what your bigger accomplishments are, but you have to. You have to know when to say, you know what, I did my best, and if it's not good enough for you, that's fine. But I know for me, it's not about the grade, it's about my learning process, because that's what I pay all the money that I pay to go to school for. It's what am I getting from point A to point B for me. And so this journey of changing my life and making different choices is about what am I accomplishing for me. I can't do it for you. I can't do it for my family. I can only do it for my God and for me. because God is the one that's guiding me through all this. When the rest of the world says, you know what, I can't, not today. You know, you have a lot of friends that say, I'm there for you 24/7, but you try calling them at 3 o'clock in the morning just because you want to just have somebody on the other line, not necessarily say anything. If you got nothing important to say, they usually like, listen, I'm gonna talk to you in the morning, right? Good, even the best of friends, you know, aren't always up at 3 o'clock in the morning to speak to you. And that doesn't make them terrible, that makes them human. But worry about your accomplishments for you, because it's only you that you have to satisfy. You and whoever your higher being is, you know. And I know my God is content every time that I try to do well and try to love others and try to bring a message of peace and harmony. I'm not always good at it, but I'm trying. No, scratch that. I really have to get over saying trying. I am doing the best I can, and I'm proud of it. And in a couple of months, I'm going to talk to you about my graduation day and how I was able to buy a slamming outfit, because I'm progressing in the right direction. And that's it for now. That's my 11 minutes. I guess I'm going to have to make these videos on average about 10 to 11 minutes, because it seems to be the way that things are going. I will soon be brushing my hair before I talk to you. I just wanted to make sure that I got this message out to you before I started my weekend. It's going to be busy. I'm going to have the babies over. Anyway, love you. Take care. Have an excellent day, week, year, life, whatever the case may be. And I hope that you continue to be there for me, whether you leave me a comment or not. Your presence and the fact that you made it to the end of this message makes me so humble. You know, thank you. All right, that's it, because you know that I could keep talking. Love you. Bye.